Hey guys, BJ from Christie's RV. Today we're going to go through the 2014 Catalina Coachmen 333BHKS. So up front, you have a large pass-through storage. You can access that from both sides. Inside here you have your jack handle, so that's for your stabilizer jacks. In each corner you're going to have a stabilizer jack. Before you put these down, you want to make sure the trailer is level as possible. Then put these down to stabilize the trailer. Don't use these to actually level the trailer. That's not what they're intended for. Up front, you have your 12-volt battery. And you have dual 20-pound propane tanks. You also have a crossover regulator here. So what that does is it allows you to open up both propane bottles. It'll pull from the one that the indicator is pointing to. When that one's empty, you'll get a little red line, and it'll switch over to the other one. Then you can, when you want to come up front, then you're going to switch that over to the other tank, and then you're going to take this one off, get it filled, and then be ready to go again. You also have your power jack. There's a light here, and you have your up and down. Access to the other side of that pass-through storage. You have a cable input here, cable and satellite. You have your sewage drain here, one of them. There is two on this trailer. So this one here has your black and your gray handle. Black is for your toilet, and your gray is going to be for your shower and your sink water in the bathroom as well. So you want to open that up, put the cap on, or put the connector on with the hose, and then open up your vents, your valves. So right here you have a fill hole for your potable water. So that's if you're taking water with you or somewhere you don't have water, running water. So that's your holding tank for that. You have your 30 amp plug here. This is a twist lock. You just line it up, give it a little twist, and then there's a locking ring to twist that and lock it on. You also have your city water connection here. So that's for somewhere you go that has running water. You also have an outdoor shower. So you have hot and cold water, and you also have a spray nozzle there for that. So the drain under here, you have a drain right there, and that's for your fresh water to drain your tank. It's right there. And then you also have your second draining point, and this is for your galley tank. So what this one here is going to do is you have your gray one, which is going to be your sinks for the kitchen, and then you have a black one here, which is going to be the sink for the outdoor kitchen. You have your rear bumper. Inside that bumper is your hose, your sewage. Spare tire mounted on the back bumper as well. This here is just a vent. That's a vent for the plumbing for the outdoor kitchen. So you have your outdoor kitchen, fridge, sink, and you do have a outdoor stove as well. Here is your hot water tank. This is the back side of it. So you have your drain plug here, which also has an anode rod connected to that. So this drain plug here, when you go to pull that out to drain the system, you want to make sure you release the pressure with the release valve or opening up one of the taps inside. This is gas and electric. So if you want to use the electric, right under here, there's an on and off switch. You just simply come out, turn it to on, and that'll heat the water with the electricity. And that's running with your 110 AC. If you want to use the gas, the button's inside, and I'll show you that. You have your vent and your intake for your furnace right here. Don't put nothing in front of this. This does get hot, so you don't want anything blocking that. You have two large black vents. Those are for the fridge. You don't want to block these because it does need proper airflow in and out for the fridge to operate properly, so don't put nothing in front of that. So we'll head inside. Behind the door before we go in, you do have outdoor speakers and an outside light. So when you first walk in on your right hand side, this is all your controls. So you have your panel here for checking your battery, your fresh water, your black water, your gray, and your galley. That checks all your tanks, see what levels you're at. You also have, like I said, there's a button here, it says water heater. That's so you can operate the hot water tank on propane. Just turn that on. You also have a button here for the water pump. And that water pump will pump the water out of that potable water tank if you have it filled. So if you're taking water with you somewhere, there's no running water, that's the button you're going to use to create water pressure in your system. So here you have a button for your awning. It is a power awning, so you have in and out. You have your light switch for your outside light, and you have a light switch for your inside lights. You also have your 3 slide outs. So this one here is for the kitchen slide out. So this slide out here is an in-wall slide, so when it gets to its full extent, you can pretty much hear like it stops, and you don't hear it go anymore. That's all the way out. Same thing when it comes all the way in. The other slides are your normal slides, and when those go out, when they get to the end of it, you'll hear a clicking sound. Same thing when you're coming in. So when it's all the way in, you'll hear that clicking sound. That means you're all the way in or you're all the way out. You do want to make sure they are all the way out or all the way in, because that is required for it to create an actual seal, so you don't have any water leaks or anything like that. So we'll push these ones out. You have 2 buttons right here. One's for the back slide, one's for the middle slide. So you can see they're both going out right now. So just as it's about to hit the end, you'll hear that clicking sound. And that means that's at the end. So again, this one here is for the kitchen, this one's going to be for the back room, and this one here is for the couch and dinette to go. So just around the corner from there, you have your stereo system, which does have AM, FM, Bluetooth. You have speaker control, which is your inside speakers, your outside speakers. You also have a DVD player, so this is connected to the TV, watch movies. You have your bathroom. So right here is a switch for the light. And if you happen to turn that on or off and the light doesn't come on, that means that the manual button that's actually on the light must have been off. So you can see the light switch is on. You have no light, so you just have to go up and make sure that's on. Now we're switch down below. Okay, you have your fan. Button here to turn that fan on. There's a crank here to open up the lid. Hot and cold water. You have your shower. There is a GFI plug right there in the corner. So this GFI plug is connected to the outside circuit. So the plug that you see outside and the plug that's by the kitchen is all run off the same circuit. So if this is to trip, you want to come and check. So you hear that, you go and reset it, and everything will be working again. So here, there's a pocket door between the bathroom and the master bedroom. And there's also a main door here, which gives you access to the bedroom. So it's kind of like an ensuite, plus everybody else can use it. Your toilet, there's a pedal in the front here. You just press on that, the water will flow, and the valve will open and flush. Plenty of storage up front, storage underneath the front bed. You have an emergency exit window here. Just lift the red tabs and push the window out, and that'll give you access to get out in case of an emergency. There's a mount for TV here. On the ceiling, you have connections here for AC and your satellite. And again, another light. So you have couch. This couch does fold out into a bed. Just lift it up, pull it out like a futon. So it comes out like that. And to put it back in, just lift up, push it in, just like that. The dinette also folds down. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull the legs out from the table, sit down here on a track. So put the table all the way down on there, and then you can adjust the cushions to make it into a bed. There is storage under the dinette. So you have panels here that lift up. Lots of storage. More storage here. You have your CO detector down here. There's a test button on that. You want to make sure you test that every once in a while. Same thing with your smoke alarm on the ceiling. You have here your test button, same as the home. You want to make sure you test that every once in a while. So you have your back bedroom here, the bunkhouse. Another sliding door. On both those sliding doors is a snap here. You want to make sure you put that on for traveling, because the door will swing back and forth and cause damage to the trailer. So you have blocks down below that fold open, make a bigger bed or smaller bed. You have a top bunk. This bunk does fold up and out of the way for more headroom. Another top bunk here, more storage. Again, you have your lights, buttons on them, more up top. Another vent here with a manual crank. Right here, you have your inverter. So here's all your AC breakers, all your DC fuses. If something's not working, or you want to power somewhere, come check here, make sure nothing's blown or tripped. Lots more storage. So on the wall here, you have your thermostat. So pretty self-explanatory. You want heat, turn it to heat. You want air conditioning, turn it to cool. And if you want just the fan on, you can put it to fan. So you have your fan on high and low, and you also have it on auto. Then your selector to adjust the temperature. Your fridge and freezer, the on button here. That'll just turn on and it'll automatically select AC if it's plugged in. So use the AC power. If AC power is not present, it'll switch over and use the propane. So if you see this little light here is green, that means everything's working good. If it turns on and it's red, check, make sure you turn the propane bottles on, because it might not have lit. You have your microwave, just like at home. There's a hood, fan, and light. You have your stove. These little dials turn to light. It does have a sparker on it. Just click that and it'll light. I don't have the propane on, but that's how it does light. And for the oven itself, there's a dial here. You're going to turn this to pilot. And you're going to hold it in. It takes a few seconds for the propane to start. And underneath, if you can see that, way in the back here, there's a spot where you light that with a lighter. So you're going to hold that dial in for a few seconds, light the pilot light with a lighter or match, and you're going to continue to hold it for about 30 seconds, and then you can release it and you'll notice the pilot light will stay lit. Then you can select your desired temperature, and when you're done, you can turn it back to off. Do have an island. There's plugs on the ends, more storage, lots of storage space in here. There's a crank on the ceiling here for the awning, or sorry, not the awning, the antenna. So you have one to lift it up and down, and then you have one that you gotta slide down, pull it down, and you can turn it so you can actually spin the antenna. So if you're using antenna instead of cable, you can use that, and you can adjust for a little bit more clarity. This is the air conditioner here. There's vents on each end. So these vents control the airflow. So if you're in the main area, you want lots of air in here, lots of cool air, you open these up, it'll blow out of there. Now if you want to use, there's vents all over the trailer, you just close these and it'll force the air to come out of those vents. You said there's indoor speakers. 2 in here. You have the 2 outside. And there's none in here. So you just have the 2 inside and the 2 outside. So A and B. This does have a C. Usually there's a second set in the master bedroom, but this specific model doesn't have that. If you have the cable hooked up outside, look here, there's a little button here. So this has like a little amplifier in it. So if you're using the antenna on top of the roof, you want to make sure that green light's on. If you're using cable from outside, like satellite or normal cable, shut that off. So if those aren't working, maybe just check that. Make sure those are set the way that. That's pretty much everything. Well, congratulations on the new trailer. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great day.